Going analog is a term that's been going around for a while now. You might have seen it on YouTube, Instagram. People are replacing their screen time with reading or quote unquote cozy hobbies and all that. I think today it's kind of finally becoming common knowledge that doom scrolling is just not very good for our brain and our health. The fast dopamine is just not something that we would want if we still want to be able to enjoy slower hobbies like going for a walk and really noticing your surroundings, or reading, knitting, cooking, anything basically. At this point, I think it's also kind of a mindful thing. I think I've already kind of been quote unquote going analog for a couple years now. I don't have any social media on my phone, which this is something I've been doing for a while, and I really recommend just having your social media on a separate device that is not your phone. So maybe your iPad or your laptop, so that you can still check on, your friends or your favorite creators, but not in a doom scrolling sense. Anyway, I've really been enjoying seeing other people just kind of appreciating the 90s/early 2000s type lifestyle, being more present and using less technology in general. One of the things I came in here looking for is just a very small journal. I've been hearing some people talking about commonplace journals, and I kind of like the idea of just replacing kind of my notes app on my phone and having a tiny book to just journal everything that people recommend me, or things that inspired me, or things I need to remember for future reference. As you can see here, I'm opening a letter. I know, in 2026, but one of my Bookstagram friends and we've decided to do pen pal letters, which I really recommend if you have Instagram friends. This is such a fun way to get to know each other better. She even put some of her favorite songs at the moment in a little note so I could listen to them, and a tea bag. It's just perfect. I just want like a tiny video diary of how I felt and what I was thinking right after having read this book. It was very dark, not gonna lie. To be honest, I didn't really know what I was expecting when I started reading this book. Sometimes I just like going into books blindly and not knowing everything that's gonna happen. I think that this is a book that's gonna stay with me for quite a while in a good way. It's quite meaningful for me to read about grief and how people deal with losing loved ones. But overall, a really good, interesting story. And the thing I loved the most about this book, obviously, is the setting. I think everyone started reading this book because of how interesting the setting was. She does describe that the island is fictional, but it is based on an island which is like a sub-Antarctic island halfway between Tasmania and Antarctica. The main reason I picked this book up is because I read about the setting and about all the marine life that was going to be in here and the whales. I really came to enjoy getting to know these people, so the characters were really well written. Was it too dark for me? Maybe. Yeah, kind of. It wasn't really leaving my head for a couple days, maybe a day or two. So if you're someone that's dealing with a lot of grief, definitely look up some of the contents that are going to be in this book. At the end, I did feel like it was worth reading. It was really good. If you want to read it, proceed with caution, but definitely worth it. Today I have two pretty fun things planned. There is this unique bookstore that I've been wanting to go to for a while, but before that, we are just driving up to this guy's house to pick up my eBay order, which is quite random, but I decided to get a handy camcorder. You know, the footage of this thing just hits different if you grew up on it, and I really like how you can bring it instead of your phone because it's quite small. I really love unique bookstores. Like, the one I usually go to is one of my favorites, and it's in a church. This one is quite similar, but I think this one's actually a lot bigger, or it might just seem that way because I've never been here before. Lately, or maybe ever since I finished Wild Dark Shore, I've been into like cozy, calmer books. I read the Gallagher Dream Department Store duology recently. I recently finished the last book, and I really love that atmosphere. So I was looking for something similar.